This old switchboard could talk. Wow, your ears would sizzle. 1880. We take Alexander Graham Bell's invention for granted today. Perhaps we should. But isn't it incredible that millions and millions of people can talk simultaneously to practically any spot on Earth? In the beginning, back in the old days, the telephone was something of an oddity, to say the least. You'd pick up this receiver to see that the line was clear. Then you'd hang up and ring with this crank. Pick it up again and tell the operator what number you wanted.
All right, I think we're good. Yeah, sorry about that. None of the redeems went off because I didn't. Normally, when my bot has trouble or like can't connect to Twitch, that means that I have to redo the security token and all that. That's a good idea, like nuclear strike sirens and something like that, because it has one little line on all that I habitually don't read on the output that says just like a generic error, because I didn't realize it when I made it that it only tells me that the token is not valid when there is not a valid token saved. I really have to automate the whole system, but that's a whole thing. Anyway, welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, Butterfly, Rue, and Ochi. Hope you're all... Oh, and stuff. Yeah, my brain isn't really here, so that's not a big surprise. But I hope everyone's having a good day. I was just... before stream doing a couple of the we've tried this stage 3 times and I've missed or failed at every single one of the attempts to perfect it, because I want to get more like all the Waddle Dees before finishing it, and there like we got actually like only Right, I forget that Redgar does a weird thing where it has more regular levels. And then there's like another short one. Let's start with like an actual new level. Very, very big change. You can't go past. Wait, I just realized something. There's actually no reason for Kirby to like engage with any of these levels other than the fact that he wants to see what's down there and if they have any Waddle Dees, and generally just fuck up their shit. Because he's flying right past them. Like, thank you. Like, he's just being thorough and checking everywhere. He doesn't have to go beat everyone up here. He just wants to. Oh, thanks. Thanks for redeem stuff. Let's see. Let's get another. Corner bread. Bread for the corner. Where's my OBS? Well, let's be real. He isn't looking for snacks and yeah. It's a little bit hard to tell. I feel like how smart Kirby is a little bit depends on what the writers want to do. Give me your gun. He has, because like 64, that was 100% just he wanted to be heroic and like help out. Squeak Squad is definitely a high point for how dumb Kirby can be. Like, that's the one where everyone points to how he's acting like a total idiot in Squeak Squad as like the meme characterization they'll never let him live down. For the red corner, skulls for the throne. I like the way you think. There and there. Yeah, good enough. It's like every game has that one that was just so was either so bad or so stuck in players' minds. It's like, yeah, they're never going to live down the fact that this happened in this game. And of course, like everything else, that when I try to think up an example, nothing comes to mind. Ow. I have a feeling that one of the optional objectives. Yep, Sonic 06. That's a... God, that... I was just exporting VODs to YouTube before stream, and that kept on coming up as the, did you mean this one? Or for, like, the title suggestions. And, like, yeah, that is... I don't even think there has been a realistic human-looking person near Sonic in any capacity for a while, and they are not going to let live down that he kissed a human-looking girl. Like, in fairness, he wasn't even in on it. He was dead at the time. Actually, that makes it so much worse. I'd ask what they were thinking with that game, but like, there's so much going on with that specific game that is impossible to narrow it down. That what were they thinking is a case of, do you have any idea how little that narrows things down? Think we need more Brett? I am not sure more of me will help, but you are welcome to try. I'm gonna say is yeah, that makes it both worse and make a lot more sense. Ooh, another one. I see. This is a night when people remember that the mitosis redeem works. Almost said ritosis redeem. And this is a day where I thought that my brain was working well enough to stream. God. Yeah, because at least like the ones that it's like there's that, and then there's also the this game was so bad and questionable that we don't speak about it, like Doom 3. Medeem. It's like Doom 3 is simultaneously the Doom game that never gets brought up, is not liked by the fandom because it honestly wasn't that good. Just like in general. But because it's the only one that has a plot and Universal Studios bought film rights for that series a while ago. That's the one that every time they do anything that isn't a video game with Doom, they always use that one because it's the only one that has a plot. Or at least a plot beyond rip and tear until it's done. And even ow. Even then, like, the old games didn't. Well, they didn't even have a plot. They had the suggestions of one. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, switch. say Sonic having a human girlfriend is a long time coming is concept art for the original human. Huh. Weird. So that's less of a somebody went rogue or thought they had an idea that wasn't there. More of like a how Bungie has had one idea in their brain since they made Marathon and refuses to let a lot of themes and ideas from that go. It's like the original Halo was not spoiled, but definitely teased on Marathon. Hey, what the hell's going on with the weird story like forums? And then they just kind of kept on doing what they were doing with that, but in everything else they made. It's never a good idea. Yeah, never a good idea, but definitely one they didn't want to let go of for some reason. An honest definition of inequality is Sonic 06. No, you see, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It was okay because they were at least both had similar styles. It wasn't just hey, we have a furry on staff that didn't quite oh yeah, we needed a furry on staff, and by God, we got one. And that is definitely a stock Unity asset of a white woman. Very one-sided fight. Although I will say, from what I know about like history of Sonic, for like all the different ideas and like they've gone through with them, it did seem to be a series that really struggled with the primary thing that was done was a bunch of things that corporate thought was cool and was not necessarily the case. I remember something that I forget what it was, but I was watching something that described Sonic as like corporate idea of what a corporate business person thought a cool kid was in the 90s. Just that sort of energy. Knuckles will never says you can Sega doesn't even want to open the can of worms with a kid into biology. Yeah, I think that was it. Probably. There's like a handful of just random things, like on weekends when like nobody is streaming, but I'm up, been awake for some ungodly reason. There's like a handful of people who just play when I pop on something random on YouTube and go like, yeah, sure, this is what we're doing. I need noise and music. Gives in the God damn it. Oh no, 100 coins. I realized that that after I beat 06, I meant to immediately put Shadow the Hedgehog on the schedule and just flat out forgot. Like I meant to, and then immediately got distracted by other games or other ideas, and like, yeah, sure, we'll do this now. Oi. Love Doug, but my God, does he have some bad... Yeah, I know exactly what you mean by that, and that is some of the dumbest takes ever. Like, how do you not like potatoes? Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like a lot of the success that, at least somewhat recently, because of Sonic Shadow Generations, Like I feel like they've had a lot of success just by saying like, yeah, this is dumb. This was edgy when we made the character, or this was a little bit silly. We're playing it straight because if we do that hard enough, it'll just wrap around to being cool again. Con. All right, you're getting swallowed. You only like potatoes because of stuff you put on it. Okay, yeah, you only pasta noodles and pizza crust like that. There are so like pretty much every grain-based thing or starch-based food is just a vehicle for other sauces and toppings because it has a good texture. Like that take is literally just, all right, eat only pure ingredients. Say 06 Robotnik's was missing half his personality. Yeah. Honestly, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to playing more Sonic games the most for. Of Robotnik actually, or Egg. Well, first of all, of Eggman being in a game because let's be honest, one thing they could have done to improve that would be to just call him Robotnik and drop the Eggman because he does not have the average appeal and comedy of Eggman. Like ooh, I wasn't actually sure I can make that. Like they tried to do, I feel, what Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I was the first thing in just 2, but 1 also did it. They tried to do the thing where that game did, where it's like, we haven't made Bowser a credible threat for a while. Let's make him a credible threat just for fun. Let's make him just casually take over all of known space and a good chunk of unknown space. But like he was still recognizably Bowser. Not in the case of 06. He being so mad at his opinion isn't helping your Irish stereotype. Hey, sometimes stereotype is harmful. Sometimes it's like, yeah, they're kind of just correct about this. Like potatoes being good, yeah. Like especially with like food-based stereotypes, because like, oh yeah, this ethnicity always loves this type of food. Then you try some like legit made by people who know what they're doing with that food. It's like, yeah, no shit, they like this. If I had access to something this good that like everyone just knew how to make, I'd love it. Fan dubs, yeah, I did appreciate the. Oh, don't fall into the lava while using. Did I hit the lava? I did not. Oh no, I did. I actually 100%ed that one on the first try. Damn. I was actually kind of appreciative of everyone quoting the various fan dubs in chat, because it's like, I vaguely know what you mean. I have no idea if you're being weird or quoting something, but I can also see why it's applicable. It's essentially, if you don't know the source, it's just chat finally being consistently funny. Yeah, Eggman or Robotnik is they'll burn your world and you'll laugh. Yeah. Because I have heard the I've come to make an announcement speech from like the 06 fandom, or not the 06, the Adventure 2 so many times. I'm like, all right, on one hand, the joke does go on a bit long in my opinion, but it's also just kind of funny in a stupid way. Storm tornado, multi-mouth. I read that as first as Kirby, master of mouths. Cheers. Yeah, because like I've always said that one of the best ways that a lot of, like, if you have a long running series, there's pretty much only two ways to do villains. Either a new one every time, like Final Fantasy does, or eventually the villains decay a bit and they become less of a... Like, the vibe that I get off of Eggman is that there's, after a point, less of a consistent villain, more of a, yeah, he's a problem, but honestly, we're used to it. Like, just a vibe of familiarity, and it also helps that if something happens, more often than not, from what I've seen of other people playing Kirby games, especially Adventure 2, that if something happens, like, well, I wanted to rule the world, but this is going to just straight up destroy it, so I am against this. All right, here's my plan. Which I appreciate that. Like, it's a good way to make use of the villain. It doesn't fall into the same... Actually, I can't believe I'm saying this and haven't realized it earlier, but one of the big problems with Bowser as, like, the most equivalent long-term villain that I can think of off the top of my head is there's a good length of time where Bowser just is treated like a total joke. Favorite version of Egg. Sonic Boom is one of those things that even before I'm like, all right, I might have been wrong about my opinion of Sonic as a franchise. Like, back when I was still in full, hate it on principle, do not care. I find it funny how much they consistently flub it. I'm like, but I have to admit, Sonic Boom is at least funny in a ridiculous way. Like, that is something that I will quote. Especially all I know is on the first day, beat up the biggest guy in the yard. Knuckles, that's prison. Only if you let it be. They at least got the writing down for that one. Also, welcome to Zero Realm. Hope you're doing good. Ah, shoot, I just drove right into the lava. Well, Kirby probably doesn't have a driver's license. Actually, no. No, I don't think he does have a driver's license. I think he has, like, aircraft and hovercraft license. Maybe a motorcycle license, but definitely not a car. God damn. I hate that you're right about that, Zero, that Sonic Boom Eggman is just Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Also, hi Ace, how's it going? Good to see you. Aside from the fact that there's a blueprint somewhere that I don't have. No, that's the Gachapon list. That's the return to Waddle Dee Town. We're doing pretty good. Actually, 100%ed level without trying. Nope, do not want to connect. Blah, blah, blah. Gathering Beast Council. Section with the roller coaster. Huh. Oh, wait. That's so cute. I love the little incentives for actually talking to the wise Waddle Dee. Of, like, that... He gives you some tips for... conquer the Inferno Road. Burning Train. Alright, so as in this one, which... Ventured deep into the secret... Okay, so it's probably that I haven't done all the other stuff. That I haven't found that secret passage and... Said it was around the roller coaster. Ow. Oh, yeah. Oh. I really just flat out missed it. And, ooh. And all of the bosses, I said, you know what would be nice to have? Time Crash. Game's like, yeah, you're right and all that. That just makes everything easier. All right. I got tangentially reminded by something that the new Doom game's out, which first of all, I really want to get that. Second of all, I realize now that I have to finish the DLC for Eternal. Eternal was fun, but in my opinion, I know they made it specifically because they want to make Doom less of just a mindless shooter and more of, at least what I've been hearing for people describe the new game, like a high action kinetic chess type of game of being mindful of where all the enemies are and weaknesses, abilities, positioning, weapons, timing, all that, which is a really cool way to do it. Like that, they're taking the interesting bits of a shooter and trying to maximize it. Of, yeah, you have a lot of considerations, a lot of things to keep track of. It's a little bit overwhelming, and if you can figure it out, you're gonna be golden. But I don't know, I think I wasn't a fan of the verticality that, which in hindsight I'll probably enjoy Dark Ages a lot more because it's horizontal as hell. Actually, from what I've heard of the design, where they want to make it be a game where you just kind of stand there and you have ways to mitigate everything, it might be more flat than the original Doom, because of a selling feature of the original DOS releases, the classic series, was that, hey, we have a game engine where you can actually go vertically. You're not stuck on a 2D plane like you were in Wolfenstein. And I also think that one issue that I have is that, on one hand, they're putting a lot of games in games now, which is nice. But on the other hand, after a while, it's just like, I'm not sure I want to play this anymore. The hyperfixation is waning, and doing all the completionist stuff that I feel like I have to do is a bit of a tax. But I also want to get every bit of game out of this game. Yeah, I'll take a nap. Just make a little bed, take a little nap. But I'm excited for that for two reasons. The first is Doom is just a really fun and well-made game. The other part is, every time a new Doom game comes out, there is a new wave of game journalists that just get delightfully ridiculous. I remember that when Eternal came out, there was a bunch of journalists just like, yeah, the music absolutely sucked. Like, it barely played anything during combat, and it was a huge step down from 2016. And afterwards, the devs were like, yeah, so the music improves, the music is tied to how well you're doing in game. So if you're taking a lot of hits, standing still, or just generally sucking, you're not going to hear much music at all. And everyone's like, ah, yeah, we had a feeling when all the game journalists complain. And so far I've seen one video of a dude who's just camping in a corner using one weapon and complaining whenever a very slow projectile lazily makes his way to connect to his face. And I don't know, on one hand, it's really funny to laugh at the game journalists that you can tell don't play that, at the very least don't play that type of game. Oh, there it is. Now we just have to make it out of here. Hopefully with everything else, but easier said than done. Biggest problem I have with Doom Dark Ages minimum requirement. Oh, yeah, that's something I noticed with the Indiana Jones game. Shit, I have to get that game too. I might wait for a sale and do the same thing that I'm doing with the Judgment, because I've now gotten in my head that, you know, it's a pretty good idea to use stream as an excuse to play games that I really want to play, but am not focused enough to consistently stick with it, because stream gives another level of interaction that makes my brain not go brrr and wander off. And also some of them are pretty fun to share. And also it's a good way to make sure that I actually consistently play them and don't get distracted and like just spend a couple days playing Risk of Rain 2. Which oh, and a no hit on Clawron. Alright, that tracks. But yeah, I've noticed that a lot of recent games have pretty insane requirements. Like Indiana Jones had ray tracing forced on, which why would you do that? There is no reason to force ray tracing on. That's just an unnecessary drain on a system that could be avoided. Oh, sweet, we get to run things over. Oddly enough, it's caused like a wraparound effect where I'm like, oh, I'm glad I own a PS5 now, because yes, you can get better performance, stability, and all that on PC if you have the specs. But if you don't, my PS5 that I bought a couple years ago, dang it! Well, going back around again because I suck at driving. Case in point. Like, that'll run anything that has PS5 on the case. Yeah, might be some more. Wow. I probably shouldn't boost all the time. Right, liner. Fire. Of course, that's been... I think we can do this. Nah. Shit, that was a really clean run. If I drove like that the first time, I wouldn't have any problem. But I guess that's always been the trade-off between consoles and PC, that on one hand, with all the shenanigans that they've been pulling for console games, like if there's any game that has online, that has an online component, it 100% makes more sense to get on PC, even if it runs a little bit questionably. Just let your friends host and blame and blame your connection on anything other than your PC stats. That's worked for me. Like, I feel that once PCs started being about equivalent to, oh damn it, to consoles. God, that was, there we go. Is that it? Yes. That the trade-off was always, you get better stuff from, like, you can get more out of a PC, but you get a good amount of consistency and value for the price out of a console. And, like, on one hand, that does kind of hold true now that oh, there's another one. That buying a new, like a PS5 or an Xbox is probably the better argument, because you got Game Pass. Is that it's going to be cheaper than a absolutely top of the line PC, especially if you get like full 4090 graphics card, because I still don't think the 5000 series are that good. I would have appreciated if they had a bit more VRAM, a little bit more game playing stats. Well, you can easily spend twice as much as a console for the PC. My timing is just awful. Why am I doing such a bad job? Because we're getting to late game Kirby, where it's trying to warm you up for for the second half of the story, and it expects you to actually be able to play good, and I am not. That should be enough to upgrade. Yeah. That, and I will still stand by that there's some games that feel correct on only certain systems. And even if the fact that I own Halo on PC, because again, multiplayer, and I don't own an Xbox, it just feels fundamentally wrong to not use a controller. Wait, did I use a controller for that? No, I didn't. Never mind then. Bad example because I forgot. Or at least, no, it's Fallout that I actually cannot play keyboard and mouse. Like, I played that 3 in New Vegas and 4 all on PlayStation, so it's like hang on, let me try punch it in with the keyboard, and I have no idea what any of these buttons are for. I could not tell you how to play that game without a controller, but on a controller I know exactly what to do. Oh. Ooh! I like that thing's vibe. I think the only thing we have really left to upgrade is the hammer, and we get that on the boss fight, because if we're hammer and the sword, beyond that should be everything leveled up. Oh, there's just a couple treasure roads that I did not see. Shoot and scoot. Hell yeah. Let's keep on scooting. Yeah, I am curious, though, on the topic of games journalists who really, I don't know how they can... I am not sure how they are able to actually put video of them attempting the game online without any sense of shame. I wonder if it's possible to rehabilitate them. Like, just somebody with the patience of a saint going through over their shoulder and very gently reminding them about game mechanics, like, hey, you saw this here, or hey, remember this bit that said that you can build, that you can do this. Like the one dude who was painstakingly doing a Tears of the Kingdom shrine where you're supposed to make like a little device to scoop up all these balls, and like, what, do I just have to grab them and move them in one by one? Like, sure, it worked, but that's because it's Breath of the Wild, or it's Tears of the Kingdom. There's a way to beat every puzzle without either with engaging with the way that they set up for it, completely ignoring it and doing something inventive, building a really long bridge to solve the issue. That's another thing I love. It's just, oh, we have a problem. What solution are we going to use? Long bridge. This is a boss fight. Don't care. Long bridge. But hey, it works. Actually, that's something I remember hearing about Echoes of Wisdom too, that every time they've done a game with like the you can build things and use items in any combination to creatively solve issues, the fandom's just like, long bridge, that solves every problem I have and then some. Which I appreciate the fact that they still think players are not just going to cheese the hell out of it. Oh yeah, like the guy who just did not engage with any of the mechanics and called the game like, no, this game's awful, it's bad. Like, I can't believe it's making me pick these up one by one. It's like, my dude, you are the one who is not remembering what the game has been painstakingly trying to teach you the whole time. And I really wonder if it's possible. Like, part of me thinks that they have to be doing it on purpose. Like, that they know, or they just have such little respect for the medium that they all went into it thinking, no, this has to be easy. It's a video game. It's for kids whose brains aren't developed. Like, yeah, no, there's a lot more problem solving than you're expecting. About half of the games out have a major mechanic of, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you could tackle this in any creative solution that you could think of? I don't know. I've had the opinion that most people who play or who do that games journalism, that like the dude who couldn't get over through the tutorial of Cuphead because he wasn't able to figure out, hey, I have to jump and dash. Like, you just have to wonder what's going on with them. Actually, now that I think about it, ooh, this sounds like the airship theme, which I like Super Mario Bros. Airship. Like, there has to be, I should probably look this up after stream, but there has to be videos of journalists eating shit in, like, Claire Obscure. Expedition 33. Ooh. DDD is not having a good time. Primal Nemesis, Forgo DDD. Ooh. Ow. Well, there goes my hopes of being able to one-shot this without losing health, or no-hit it. Technically working games journalism, even if my boss at the time hated the term. Not... Yeah, I can see it. I can see that being more of a environmental problem of just a bad industry. Oh, he's having an even worse time. But God, the music's good. I'm gonna go with the sword. Woo. I have no idea how long the charge windows are for it. If it's like 1, 2, and then another. I think it might be the upgrade. Ooh. Between you and me, I'm pretty sure they're doing some unethical practices for free labor. That unfortunately doesn't surprise me. Ugh. Clear within 2. Nice. You good, my dude? All right. Talk later. Love the Waddle Dees joining in. Clear by using a... Alright, so it's just use a high enough. Don't get hit by his... Oh, I can do too. Oh, and they're all concerned about him too. I absolutely love the evolution of DDD's character, because that's one of those long-term villains that went from, well, we can either make him not a threat, continuously ramp up his threateningness, or just make him a friend. And they've decided to make him a friend. Because, like, no Waddle Dee left behind. Legally can't say who, but it can say they're connected to getting Xenoblade localized. That, yeah. Like, the fact that DDD goes from, yeah, consistent Kirby villain, Kirby's version of Bowser, to got his ass kicked and immediately went back to hold off a horde so all the Waddle Dees could escape. Good. Yeah, this is what you do. This is how you treat a Waddle Dee.
Initiating facility navigation protocol.
Like, they're also really sad about their king being left behind.
Science facility, Lab Discovera. On this thrilling tour, you'll be introduced
Also,
to the ultimate life form, specimen IDF-86. From the moment IDF-86 arrived on the planet, it began a campaign of destruction
whatever happened to these people?
Wildlife of our entire world.
They
Our
deserved
research
it
team managed to capture it
for
before it could
finding
complete
something they're like, huh,
Once
this
it
is
was
the ultimate
contained,
life form.
our lab began studying
We're going to put it in it. We're going to study it, poke it, and also lead a family-friendly research lab tour. Or for it. Ah. Those Waddle Dees and hamster wheels.
However, 30 years after
That's
our
where they all
research
went.
began, a warp experiment incident occurred in this facility.
Oh, great.
A new life
They opened a
form
portal to hell.
separated
We were
from
just
the
talking
main
about
specimen,
Doom.
escaped in the aftermath. That new subspecimen has yet to be recovered.
And the point where every
In the time
long-term
since,
Kirby fans
IDF-86
pointed at the
has
screen
shown
and
no
said,
signs of
hey,
activity.
we told you.
It is now kept in a state of permanent
We
stasis.
were not just saying that Elflin was a harmless little dude.
On the top level of lab discovery.
I'm going for Cutter.
And here we are. Let's meet the ultimate life form. Specimen ID.
Like, we knew what we were talking about. He was not harmless. We was that scene from Harold and Kumar where they've got their jacket, look back 5 feet of the apartment and say, we've come too far. Ew. Fetus looking ass. Take a good look, pink intruder. Isn't it a beautiful sight? You're not even seeing the Great One in full form. They're incomplete without their other half. Long ago, Great One granted the people of this world a miraculous power. Those people left this world behind, entered a land of dreams. Once the Great One is complete again, I know we will also receive this miraculous power. We, the ones they left behind in this forgotten land. Title drop. So, ever play Rat? No, the only Ratchet and Clank game that I've played had a game-breaking error when I tried to enter the second level that it just crashed. I could never get past it. Now, this time has finally come. Aww. Kirby wasn't even listening. He just saw his friend, saw this dude monologuing. It's like, I have to kick your ass. I know what to do. Right, small creature here. It's a Great One's missing half. Finally, all our planning and effort can help the Great One reach their complete form. We've dreamed of this moment for so many years. If you dare to stand in our way, we'll feast on your hide. Meanwhile, Kirby's thinking, oh great, so this is just like the Squeak Squad, but not as impressive. I know how to deal with these guys. No, I forget which one it was. I don't think it was Deadlocked. I think it was like a Through Time or something? I definitely still have it because I couldn't be bothered to actually like sell it or do anything with it. It's like Leomon from Digimon, which means he's destined to die. Yeah. Ah, dang, he got one hit on me. And another for being careless. I've been messing around to try to find like a good copy ability for no-hitting bosses. I think I did a bunch of them after I got the after I did the Morpho Knight battle. Because that one you can just kind of guard a couple times. I might have done a few more with Time Crash, and then getting very lucky with... with dodging until they dropped enough stars for me to throw out their face. The thing about Digimon ever did the tutorial dungeon for World 2, you had to find and kill Leomon. Yeah. The World games, from what I have seen and know, is that they are consistently either funny or weird in like a how did they think this was a good idea way, but also oddly endearing. Get bent, dude. You don't have enough limbs or eldritch nonsense to be a good final boss. Friend recovered. Dang it. Ugh. Ads. Fortunately, not too much was lost.
If there was anybody home, they'd answer and you could talk.
Well, what's so funny? I got what I went after, didn't I? See? There's copper, nickel, wax, lead, cotton, and all the others that you need. Still skeptical, eh? Okay, mister, help me clear the deck for action, and I'll show you.
Yep, I think everyone's back. I do love home menus for the fact that I can get out of games when that happens. You dare? I dare. Plan ruined. Important plan. Needed labor. Open vortex. Found workforce. Hey Sith, how's it going? Oh well. You're all playing Claire Obscure. How's that going? Wait, what? Is that... Hold up. Why isn't that working? Right. Hold up. Huh? It's token reauth day for everything. I have no idea how I managed to make my bot end OBS, or not OBS, end tits actually work on, or expire on the same day, but I'm glad it did. Free brick because that got fucked up. Let's see before I miss it. So worlds of complicated can of worms. Many games have worlds slapped on the title, but technically aren't world style. Technically 2 and 3 are connected because endgame plot stuff. There's only 3 games with the world formula. 4 if you include redigitized 3DX expand make. That makes sense, because why would a game series ever be simple when you can just experiment on stuff and try to put the old title on it? Workforce brought here, yet air made irksome. Pink contaminant's a new one. Careful planning, now wasted. No more planning, no more patience. Instead, everything shall be consumed. Ugh, baby's out of the tank. So I could have done this at any time, this franchise, but just, yeah. Nope. Ah, this is familiar final boss territory. A pile of goop that's just schlorping. Oh. Yeah, Elflin, you out of either one of us should be the one to run more. You're important. I honestly think Kirby could just jump in and be absorbed and just suck his way out. Yeah, that makes sense, because you get the first hell of invasive species Fecto-Forgo. And this is why I chose Cutter, because I can use the audio cues to charge it up inside of this thing. And get some free hits. Right, final Cutter. That's if I get too close. Missing so much. Why is Kirby fighting a zoo? Why wouldn't he be? And I think the context is that whatever was living on this planet found the thing that this thing in the tank that this thing was, figured out how to warp away from this entire reality, and left all of the animals behind. Then they got uplifted from exposure from this thing. Oh, hey, Zero. Wondered. I missed that the first time. I missed that in that section when it does absorb Elflin with that 1 point of life or light, it looks an awful lot like Zero does. And I think oh god, choose your favorite. We'll go sword. Nah, hammer. Love a good hammer. But I do love that Zero and Zero 2 don't appear in this game named as such. Like, there's a small trend on the Switch of the games do their best to be new, original, and not reference any previous plot points, but the old elements are still there. It's like ultimate life form, Fecto Elphilis. But like visually, the various Fectos have a visual reference to the old bosses, while still fighting very different. Actually, I think in terms of design, they might have the most in common with Marks? Maybe? Hold on, that looks like a Chibi Bala. Nothing new under the sun. I love it. Get hammer flipped, you idiot. Hey, can you tell I've played this game or this specific boss fight a lot in a much harder version? Because this is the boss fight on the hardest difficulty that I was never able to crack. Like, I think I got it to 10% or below, and then from that point, I'd always choke. Like, I was never able to fully 100% it, but I know it well enough that I got all the dodge timings down. Damn who Balam is, but if you don't want... Hey, I'll probably take a look, either when I get a break in the fighting, or next ad break. Ooh! Here, let me dodge roll that. I didn't even know you could do that. The whole thing is go to the section of arena that isn't covered, but I guess you can just dodge through. God, the music is consistently so good. I was one tick away from fully charged. Hey, found the real one, first try. Love that. Cower in the might of a properly timed hammer flip, you ultimate dork. Drawing hole. Kirby just is built differently. Like, I know I have a similar theory for Mario Adventures of how it's just so casual that it doesn't register as a threat that they should bring their all. Like, if they took most of the threats in Mario games seriously, they'd be like, you know, we should bring Luigi and Wario and Waluigi and probably convince Bowser should probably be convinced that this is an actual threat too. Get wiggled. But like, they just can casually do things like dodge roll a meteor, parry the end of existence, deal with the ultimate life forms with silly little fun abilities that hit like a truck. Speaking of which, that's coming up. And they just don't recognize that reality has almost been destroyed or remade in a way that they don't mind several different times. Such incredible power. Whatever it's trying to do, it's going to be pretty bad. What is it, Kirby? Oh, also, the fact that the track coming up is one of the most fucking badass pieces of music titles I've ever heard. It's called Two Planets Approaching the Roche Limit, which is the point in a gravitational pull where two objects will rip each other apart. Can they bury the platypus? Kirby and the Mario brother are out. Kirby definitely is. Like, that's just canon that he's a small, good, eldritch little bean. Mario Brothers? I feel like it's more terrifying if they're just built different. Like, no, they're just like that. Plumbers can do that. Oh, is that your home? Planet Popstar? Hell yeah. I don't know, it's pulling Popstar through that huge... Ever be so mad at something you open a dimensional vortex and pull it and try to hit it with its own planet? See, unfortunately, what this Vectus dude doesn't know is that canonically Kirby has beaten up his own planet and won. Remember those brick break mini games that if you score high enough, it actually splits the planet? Just stop it. But how? I have an idea. Yeah, the most badass music title for, hey, I have an idea. Let's hit the fucking, like, let's hit him with a fucking truck. And of course it works. Yeah. Punch it. Because, like, this is what I'm talking about when I say that they don't recognize how big of a problem or how close they are to actually almost dying. Because, well, technically it's both mouthful mode is Kirby's new ability here, and it's being juiced up by Elfilin a lot. Their massive counter is not to pull out any of the well-known tools at Kirby's disposal. Like, Star Allies ends with Kirby pulling out the Warp Star and juicing that up with his own power. No, there's just a truck nearby, and they're like, yeah, this'll probably work, or if not, it'll be funny. Although, in fairness to this plan, tap B to punch it harder. Fairness to the plan, Roadkill is a pretty consistent win against wildlife. Yep. Also, there's a non-zero chance that my controller goes flying because of how much I'm matching everything at full speed. God damn. Hey, Mario, how's it going? We just hit God with a truck. And I now have 2 quotes to add. Hope it's going well. Things being pulled in. Get trucked. Let's get absolutely big rigged. Hey, Kirby. Thanks for everything. Aw. So cute. Also, shout out for more. Hope Liza P is going good. Common Rider build be like. Alright. The Forgotten Lands part of this game was beautiful, but I really hope that the next Kirby game is something in Dreamland in like this style and level of detail, because the couple of scenes on Dreamland are really pretty. Oh, Elflin's back. I love how in the moment it's like, yeah, Elflin's sacrificing himself to close the portal. Pop, nope, I'm back. Yeah, I need to turn my AC on higher. What do they do? It's both very warm outside. Also, there was a thunderstorm for like 5 seconds. So it's hot, humid, and forgot to turn it on. Yeah, always nice seeing you around. Anything for the wonderfully wide variety of Eldritch streamers. It's pretty fun to see the different styles. Also, speaking of, I think I was lurking when you were last working on art, or as a mill at D&D, but the artists you've been making on your VTuber model has been great. It's very cool design from what I've seen. I love how they got a group picture of everyone with a hammer and brought in the shop Waddle Dee. Alright, let's skip that. Oh, Brett Zero wanting to know there's a storm. Oh yeah, that's probably what I got. That's probably the start of what I wanted to know, how the storm was about to hit over. Oh yeah, so there was hail. Pretty sizable hail. Actually, I can just send you a picture. Quick, because again, yeah, I got the tornado watch stuff over here, and the hail was pretty sizable. Like, I looked outside and it was like either a very big pea or like a peanut, something like that. I know a lot of it just went north of me, but like really dark, really heavy thunder and lightning. Ultimate Cup. What's the path for Morpho Knight? Yeah, because climate's kind of fucked. Oh, more upgrades. And it's like just part and parcel of thunderstorms that you get like a drop in temperature, like a lot of humidity, a lot of heat, and it's made worse by the fact that nothing is moving, and then all breaks at once and temperature immediately drops. Yeah, don't die. Eh? Nope, don't use. What do you have? King D. Oh, wait, I can just wave to Waddle Dees? Oh, this is the best feature ever. God, Kirby's so cute. Hey, Kirby. Been a while, isn't it? Didn't get to say it before, so thanks for saving King DDD. Speaking of, he seems to really like this town. It's been resting to help himself heal. Actually, we have something to give you. It's a blueprint from King DDD. Gift from the king. What an honor. Think we had it the past 3 days here in Georgia. Oof. Yeah, that. It's the season for really questionable weather. Meta Knight up there, looking all cool. A dork. Actually, it's kind of cool. Right. Things first, what can we upgrade? Hang on, I'm getting texted. Why are they forgotten the land? Well, they all left. Also, hey Gamma, how's it going? Alright, wait, can I just get? No, I still have to pay. I think I skipped that dial. Feud Redstone, raise attack power. Oh! Right, I'm thinking this is how I did most of the bosses. I just crank. Ooh, 5. That is a bit. Yeah, like all this land and they just forgot about it. Wild. He's done alone. Oh no, just costumes. It's full on it's Kirby games. It's full on abilities. Just grab him and do some nonsense. Wait. Sorry. Oh, understandable. Risk of Rain 2 does that. I'm going to start the next phase of this because I think they forget, whole ass continent very uncautiously. This is another mysterious vortex. What? Since Leon Guard somewhere in there. Yep. And we are getting sucked into yet another mysterious vortex hole. Happens a lot to Kirby. But yeah, welcome to the entire second half of the game, where we do the levels again, but Redux. Oh my gosh, this feeling is exactly how it felt was lured by my other half, Fecto of Phyllis. It's possible that after that big battle, Ongar came trapped in a strange place. Ongar, you have to check it out. Because why not have one full game when you can also have a second campaign? Although I think, if I remember right, yeah, it's much shorter because this is essentially every world and stage is remixed. But also more collectibles because as if it was not obvious by the fact that Leongar was not a massive, horrifying eldritch monstrosity, he is not final boss material, so we have to manually piece his soul back together. Piece of Leon's soul. Wait, is this Leongar's soul? Must be a tiny fragment of it. I also love the fact that it's not even a surprise. Just like, yeah, we have the ability to piece his soul back together. It's honestly not that strange. It's a little bit weirder that he needs help, considering that pretty much every other final, yeah, more chances to be a loot gremlin. Except that instead of stealing shiny things in Gachapon capsules and freeing trapped Waddle Dees, we're just, oop, there's one. We're just piecing together someone's soul. Yeah, just casually. I remember there's like a minor joke for the fandom of how after every single boss fight, you're going to fight have the opportunity to fight whatever boss names Soul. So at least a little bit of this is Nintendo saying, all right, you're expecting a fight with Leonger Soul. Nope. You have, if you want that, and even then I'm like 50% sure that this section is at the end of this is Morpho Night. Ooh, that was a good hit. They don't even give you the option. They're just like, nope. What you see is what you get, and there's not much you get. Grab that. Oh, that's all of them. And take a quick nap. New definition of power sleep. A power nap. Ooh. Oh. I remember the other half of how I was no-hitting bosses. It was a combination of an upgraded time crash ability, so I could more consistently one-cycle them. Plus attack power up, because that got even dumber. And I basically just ran into them as fast as I can. Well, I also think if I'm doing it anywhere legitimately, ice is a pretty good option because you get a shield. So you can just wait for your turn to attack and smack them around some. Yeah, because not only is it, here's a shield against all their attacks, it's a little bit like the mirror ability from older games, where it also damages them if they come into contact with you. And you can do that, which is a huge plus. Which, now that I think about it, Gigant's sword would also do that. Because that version of sword has a impenetrable shield attached. Oi. If I remember right, this section is actually a little bit easier than the find all.
Sith Knight 20 is
Waddle
first in the stream.
Oh, thanks for being first, Sith. Due to the fact that this is that today is Reauth Day, and I didn't notice until later. I think you're actually third, so congrats on that. One day I will set my bot so that it automatically or is more in the face about handling that sort of thing, but yep, since the throwing system also requires a manual reconnection and has even worse notifications that, hey, you should pay attention to this, I'm feeling okay. But yeah, if I've learned one thing from any Nintendo game, it's that if somebody hates you enough, which they will, or else it's not a cutesy family-friendly Nintendo adventure, they will be able to just pull themselves back together from the scattered remains of their soul and fight you for a second time out of the sheer force of hate. Like, that is the one constant. So the fact that the second to final boss in this game can't do that, I don't know, kind of massive L, kind of skill issue. Bro should just have some more hate. So the message I didn't pick up was swap to bomb here and you're going to have a much easier time about everything. Ow. That's on me. The message was quite clear. And I'm picking it up now. And there's that. And I should pick up that Indiana Jones game. The following cascade of boulders reminded me of that. Well, I've heard it's good, and also like Nazi punching games. Oh, that's another thing I completely forgot. I meant to play a couple more Wolfenstein games, but it seems like every time I have a plan to play a specific game or a franchise, or like, ooh, I gotta make room for this specific thing. How did that work? I'm not even questioning it. I always get distracted by something else new, because I've gotten a bunch of Game Boy games recently that, to my surprise, working pretty good. Like of the 4 I got, only 1 had problems, and the guy I got them from has been like super nice about both not even refunding, but like, yeah, I can get a replacement for that. No issue. And one of those games have been barely. It's been Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, which, for a game not made by Hall, it's been pretty great. Oh, that one was tricky. Almost missed it. Like, it's just a Kirby Metroidvania. It's like they took Great Cave Escape, found all the collected pieces Leon sold in this. I missed some in the first area? Is that what you're telling me? God damn. Good play. Yeah, oddly enough, the problem I've been noticing is that there's just a lot of really good games out all at once, and it's really difficult to keep up with all of them. It's like, it's either, all right, I could play the Oblivion remake, Claire Obscura, everything else out and out now that seems incredible, but I have to look at the couple of games that came out that I didn't get. I still have to finish Brothership. I still have to finish Brothership. I have been forgetting and neglecting that for quite a bit of time. And like, I'm not even far from the end. I'm at the final dungeon right before it pulls the, oh yeah, here's some more game for your game. Here. I also want to swap this copy ability because bomb is not good, I say, as I consistently use bomb to the fullest of its ability. I wonder what bits I missed. Was it just... Ooh, Sir Kibble. Yes. Was it just like one enemy that didn't have... that was like darkness by this, or a little thing? Yeah, there's Doom. There's too many. Like, Doom just came out today. I'm like, as much as I knock games for the whole, oh yeah, they just they send up a trailer, and wait, no, that's exactly what happened. When Doom the Dark Ages trailer came out, there's a post, probably on my deleted Twitter account now, because that was before Blue Sky became was like even a thing. But that came out, I'm like, oh sweet, the Doom teaser trailer looks great. I can't wait to forget about this until it comes out a year later. And that was about a year ago. So yeah, maybe there is a strategy to the whole just phantom dropping. Oh hey, the Oblivion remake that looks super cool is out. It's available today. This is not a teaser trailer. Y'all can just buy it. You can just grab this thing. Oops. Like, maybe there's something to that. Because if you release build hype, you forget about it. Something else. There's been a lot more great indie games, at least, that have shadow dropped. Like, Hi-Fi Rush did that very successfully. And then there was Oblivion, which is like, they were, well, I guess they were working on it. I could have dropped the cone, but I did not care. And I think you'll see a few more games just say like, yeah, it's out now. Word of mouth matters so much more. That everyone is so overwhelmed by the sheer amount of game coming out that it not doing this just makes us target for the next big thing, grabbing everyone's hype and attention and us losing out on it. Like, maybe that's what's going to happen, that the hype cycle gets declared as non-viable. Maybe I'm just going to have this exact same discussion the next time I get sidestruck by a hype games and like, I don't currently have the budget to pick this up. I will try to remember next paycheck, but I also have such a massive backlog, I don't think I will. Give me that hammer. Oh God, he's green. And pink. And crazy. Strong-armed illusion, Phantom Gourmando. Ah! Let go of me. Alright, I can't say that if you do this to Bread that you'll get just hold him up to your face and squish him a bit out of curiosity, that you'll get a very similar reaction. But I cannot promise that you will not be unscathed. So, at your own risk. Oh, I love the vibe of the boss fight. That's like, we know how you dealt with this last time, so here's an exact way. And there's GTA 6. Been in development for only forever, and development's already cost us $6 billion. See, here's the thing. Much like Silk Song, I don't believe that GTA 6 exists. Like, I don't think it's vaporware. I just don't trust its release dates. That, yes, it looks great. I'm interested. But also, I don't know, there's a little bit of how when Duke Nukem Forever launched, that by that time it's been in development for so long. And it's been so troubled that what you get is a shell of both what's promised. Now I gotta double jump over there. And it's a little bit of like, actually Half-Life 3 is a bigger show of this issue. That there has been various test builds, attempts, and run-ups at Half-Life 3, but they've all admitted that they're not entirely sure they can actually deliver on the hype, which causes development to stall, falter, reset, and
never the answer. It's the solution.
You know what? That's a good point. GTA 6 is going to be violent. It's going to be great. So I'm noticing that I'm dropping a lot of frames now. I missed 2 at the very start. Dang it. If this can... Hold up. Doesn't look like a storm's happening. It just seems like this is a skill issue on my side. Or there might just be some other thing. I don't know. My internet's been weird. I think my computer's trying to install updates. Oh, right, you don't need all of his soul to get through it. Yeah, return, because I'm also curious, because I don't quite remember where it is. Cotton Lands... Roundland Morphonite. The Isle of... Alright. I had to look it up, but Morphonite is in that section. You have any more? Am I missing? Okay. So I've gotten all of the blueprints I can. It's just a matter of actually finding them. Part of Duke Nukem Forever's problems, they wanted to be cutting edge, so they kept on remaking it, and after a certain point, the problem they ran into was cutting edge kept on changing, because they kept on taking so long. Yeah. Absolute masterclass in... I still don't need more. No, it's on me. It seems to stabilize out, but like I was watching it and it was dipping for a bit, and then it came back up, and then it dipped some more. I want to make sure that I'm not 11, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I never went back for this one. Because I would love to upgrade the hammer ability. That is consistently, in my opinion, one of the better ones for bosses. Like, you have to be a little bit careful with timing, but if you can get a fully charged hammer flip off, whew, there ain't nothing like it. Ah, you were almost there. I believed in you. Sorry, what? You actually hit? I mean, I knew I said I believed in you, but god damn. There we go. But yeah, I was waiting to see if it was going to be a silently dealt with thing or a more consistent problem, and I'm not entirely sure what my issue is, because I've been waiting for things to go on sale and slowly making a new, better computer, so hopefully... God damn, what's the... Where do I have to hit? Why? Or am I hitting off of my own... There we go. That took way more time than it needed to. Ooh. Right there, and... I think that's a solution? That's one. Nope. Turn that back. Turn that, and we've got one here. Oh, got in the end. One straight up the road. But yeah, I honestly think that a better solution might be to just maybe half a year, but be a bit more cautious as to when you actually release release footage of the game, and when it's more apparent that you got something to avoid the problem scope creep, reevaluating and remaking. Because I do wonder how much of that issue is just looking at, hey, this is what the trailer, this is the hype the trailer generated, we need more. It wasn't good enough, remake the whole thing. When in reality it was like, nah, the trailer was fine. Oh wait, I just remembered where you can get some star gems. There are new arena tiers, I think. Yep, Ultimate Cup. The trophy being a little figurine of the monster that almost destroyed the world. I'm actually, because that's first fight of DDD, I actually wonder if bombs might work against him. It's like a little bit of a keep up the pressure. And also, like, oh yeah, talking about how good Hammer is against bosses and just intentionally dropped it. Yeah, but DDD gives you his Hammer halfway through. Yep. Mine now. They did that intentionally, that if you're too slow or attempt to charge up, that you don't have enough time to give full hammer flip on DDD, which makes sense, because of course he knows that. He knows what you're trying for. The hammer flip is literally copying him. Ooh, Meta Knight. They're really front-loading all the difficult bosses. Oh no. Fight against Meta Knight. What ability will he use? Ah, yes. Meta Knight. Ow. Right. Oh, sweet. I think I could have kept my copy ability for Hammer if I wanted to, but like, come on, it's Meta Knight. It's part of the fun is that you're fighting in a sword versus sword duel. Alright, not even worth dodging those. I can't return. That, and there is a... Well, it's a count up timer, not a count down timer, so... There we go. It's just such a cute little bean embarrassed that his badass mask got smashed. I think this is the one to keep. Because sword beams. Guys. Right, these are not alternate reality boss revamps, I can bully them. I can bully them a lot if I so choose. Ow. The curb goes brrr. Yes. Yes, I will take Crash Kirby. I cannot say how happy I am with how they did copy abilities in this one. Simply because Crash is one of my all-time favorites. And they made it so much better. Because Crash was like the second best crowd control ability behind Microphone. Oh, this is just not fair. Deep sleep, yeah, sure. I'll recover my health, get a damage buff, and grab Crash again. Whoever organized this tournament was just like, hey, so the dual boss between Wild Frosty and the other dude, yeah, they owe me money, so come on. Oh, that was so close. They owe me money, so screw them. But I think you really need the final hammer ability to do it, but no, with damage up, you can. I have been able to beat bosses through their mercy invincibility through the phase change. It's hilarious. Yeah, like that. Because if you time it right, their summon in animation ends right as you have a fully charged flip. Oh, well, baby tomato. Love that. So, with the added damage buff, which is so good. Oh, it feels so dirty. Like, in the middle of his swing. I love an ability that lets you say, like, hey, this is exactly what we pre-programmed, hard stops. Ah, that was almost hitless. Where you cannot reduce an enemy's health or boss's health any lower than it already is. I love it. All right, give me it back up to full health. We are going to hammer this tree into mulch. First phase change. Let me just waddle off to the side. Thank you, sir. Oh my god. Hammer and attack up just feels unfair. I feel a bit dirty that I'm disrespecting some of these bosses like this. Some. And again, I love how the hammer strat works for like pretty consistently on all the bosses except for DDD. Because when he's more in control of his actions, he knows how to use a hammer. He knows who exactly you're copying. Hammer is basically his copy ability. Alright. And flipped. So I finally remembered and fully recalled how I dealt with bosses for the no-hit runs. Fully charged hammer flip. Oh, ads. Wait. Be back in a sec.
Well, so far so good. But your job is only half done.
Still skeptical, eh? Okay, mister, help me clear the deck for action, and I'll show you. Haven't you got any imagination?
Ah, I almost did it again where I accidentally muted myself. So I think we're going to finish this arena fight, which should not take long because hammer. And then probably call stream a bit early because I can feel my voice going a bit.
Bread.
Hey, Brevite. Hope things are still going well for you. We're just doing some boss fight cups because I need the resource that gets rewarded. Oh, this is... Got our entry fee back. All right. If we do this quick enough, just got nice. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Oh, this is unfair. Tack boost up and hammer. Although cutter is kind of the way to do this because without it, it gets a little hard to. Oh, never mind. Just take one hit and it won't kill you. My God, they've been giving me the sleep ability so much. It's like the tournament organizers like, yeah, go fuck them up. Go do a crime. Just so unfair. Anyway, hello again, Fecto Phyllis. Time to beat you up again, but this time faster. Okay, I have to say that we were talking about Sonic earlier, and I do absolutely love how every time there's something with Ultimate Life Form in its title, it gets completely clowned on by something that's just the embodiment of chill. Like, I don't think Sonic games have ever given a reason of why Sonic is the way he is. He's just casually on par or better than Shadow for no reason. Dodge roll path out of the meteor again. And then for Kirby, it's just like, yeah, no, there's this warrior that travels around, corrupts whatever powerful entity it wants to. That ain't. If you guess wrong on that one, yeah. Like, the way that Morpho Knight works is that any boss fight that it hijacks starts with a butterfly landing on what you would expect the final boss to be. And several ending credit scenes of Kirby games have a butterfly landing on Kirby with just no effect. And even the Morpho Knight sword description in this game says, like, yeah, would be a corrupting amount of power for anyone else, or almost impossible to wield. Kirby doesn't even notice. For once, my Duel Master Obsession didn't make... Yeah! Exactly. I pulled it up, and you were completely right. It is just... Fecto Elephants is just Chibi Blom. It's amazing. Right. Bam! Ultimate Life Form, I recognize your claim. However, counterpoint. I have a giant fuck-off hammer. And this giant hammer will make you fuck off. But also, that's a pretty cool final boss design. Like, it works really well with the nature and animal theming of everything else. Anyway, this it's the same it's the same power as Wild Hammer, but it's faster. Need a fuck off hammer. Oh, right? Like, I have had this plan that nobody will ever agree to because it's absolutely insane. Like, there is a better chance of universal basic income happening than this ever happening. But I believe that anyone who works retail, or maybe just anyone in general, should be issued at the start of a year a flintlock pistol with 1 bullet and powder charge. At any point of the year, if they're dealing with a customer or someone that just is not getting it, they can fire the pistol at them. Nothing, no questions asked, no charges given, just, yep, that was your retail worker pistol shot of the year. They should have been more careful about it. That's on them. And that would make everyone so much more polite for retail workers. Or if you're the type that's like, yeah, but you have a point, but you lost me on the whole one free murder, just give them a taser. Yeah, use it pretty much immediately at work, and they would learn to fear you. Oh, shoot. I actually need the ice for this. Wait. I want to play more because this game's fun and I'm enjoying streaming. But I've noticed lately that sometimes sometimes the muscles in my neck seize up while streaming, and I probably shouldn't push it too far. So I should probably raid out, and yeah. Something. If I had the option to ditch the flesh body behind this model for literally anything else, I would do it in a heartbeat, because goddamn, I'm pretty sure it might just be like some lasting exhaustion or something else, but I don't know. I figured the best thing to do is watch it and be cautious. But on the plus side, this does mean that I get to raid some people I don't usually get to. So we're going to be raiding Maya. She is pretty much the opposite of me. At least in terms of character concept and lore. Like, we have noticed and pointed out and found it funny how polar opposites both of our eldritch creatures are. By just mood. It was then they understood yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. But yeah, she's playing Satisfactory. She's chill, good time. I'm gonna go probably just play some Risk of Rain or something. Try to not talk and rest my neck a bit. See ya.